Hello again, guys. Welcome back to our business introduction session. Today we are here with Mbak Nita Kartikasari, founder of Kaya.id. So today we are going to do some discussion about like Kaya.id and then we will talk more about it later. Um, so for today, we are going to have like discussion about Kaya.id and also we have Q&A session. As you know, we have been doing this business introduction for like 4 times now, and today is like the fifth one. So you already used to it. So yeah, so this is our fifth business introduction with Kaya.id. And today kita nggak sendirian ya, karena kita sekarang bersama Mbak Nita Kartikasari, CEO of Kaya.id. Aku jelasin briefly aja kali ya Mbak Nita ya.
Boleh, please.
Oke, jadi Kaya.id itu adalah originally established as a business incubator, has evolved into a rapidly growing powerhouse in the fast-moving consumer goods sector. The company's aims to support the development of over 200 brands and achieve a 90% success rate in the halal and healthier food markets by 2028. Nah, tanpa basa-basi ya lebih jauh lagi kita akan kenalan tentang Kaya.id, tapi sebelumnya kita kenalan dulu sama Mbak Nitanya nih. So, Mbak Nita, halo.
Hai,
Bagaimana kabar dirimu di malam hari
Alhamdulillah
ini?
baik.
Baik ya. Luar biasa ya, udah 2 minggu setelah Lebaran kayak gitu ya. Jadi udah fresh gitu ya Mbak Nita ya.
Fresh
Dan
banget, Alhamdulillah bisa
ya,
melewati Lebaran dan banyak libur.
iya. So, Mbak Nita, could you please introduce yourself to our audience here because we want to know you more and we want to know more about Kaya.id.
Of course. First of all, thank you so much for coming for these sessions. I'm so excited to actually meet all of you. I'm happy I see familiar faces like Mariko. Hi, Ibu. How are you? Thank you so much for all your support. Love you always. She used to invest in us first, and I think everything went very well. So I think hopefully it inspires you guys as well. So yeah, my name is Nita Kartikasari. I'm founded Kaya.id since February 2018. Kenapa Valentine's Day lahirnya Kaya.id? It's because this is something that I want to give back to the community and also the love that I have for UMKM gitu. As my background, I used to work as a professional in Procter and Gamble, P&G, if you're aware. I worked for P&G for 10 years, a decade. My last post was in Singapore. I'm handling Asia Pacific market, including Australia, Japan, Korea, the whole Asia, basically, and Australia. I'm handling brand hair care and skincare. The hair care is Pantene Head and Shoulder Herbal Essences and SK2, basically. Unfortunately, I have to resign because my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So I need to come back to Indonesia, but I think I never regret it because that's where I inspired to create Kaya.id until now. So when I was coming back from Singapore, got call from Pa Ahok at that time. He asked me to be the expert, staff expert to grow Indonesian is doing business ranking. Jadi we were in 109 ranking at that time. Pa Ahok asked us to be in the 40. Fortunately, we are on the 60 when we left kantor gubernur at that time. That's where I fallen in love with SMEs because when I was working on is doing business, that's where I'm actually, meet with a lot of SMEs, and I was thinking that these SMEs has a lot of potential. They just don't know how to do marketing, branding, and go to market. That's what inspired me and us to create a Kaya.id as a business incubator that's focusing on branding, marketing, and go to market. And guys, please remember 2018 when I was 2017 and 2018 when I was talking about SMEs, nobody believe it. People say that I'm crazy. They say, why don't you just come back to Singapore? Why you have to taking care of SMEs, you know? But then, that's where we are as a startup founder has to be thinking ahead, right, from others. And in 2019, everything until now, we were talking about SMEs a lot. Because I was a professional, I don't know how to be entrepreneur, so I took Harvard um, Harvard executive class. The title is Disruptive Business, where you also can check whether your ideas of startup is actually connect with the needs of the market, which it was, approved at that time from that thing. So that's why I was creating this Kaya.id together with my partner until now, Richard Sambera, the 3 times Olympians of Indonesia. So that's where we start. We have 200 SMEs under Kaya Halal Market at the moment. We have 5 growing home brand in global brands. We have what we call Kaya Jajanan in Pasar Moy. We have 40 SMEs. Alhamdulillah, we're growing every year, around averaging 200, and there is 10 million consumers already touched with us, buying our products, you interact with our product and stuff like that. In 2021, because we already understand how is SMEs and what is the needs of SMEs, we understand that if we want to SMEs to go to the next level, we need to pivoting to be brand aggregator, where we also own some of the brand of the brand that under us, the SMEs, that we see a lot of potential. So we start with Jamune owning 100% of the business. And then after that, in 2023, in July, we owning Ohanami 51%, where we actually combining two SMEs, the SMEs of Mitalor in Sidoarjo and the farmers of Spirulina. We combine them, and then after that, we create a new product called Ohanami, the first instant noodles, healthy instant noodle for kids. Okay, so from there, we see that the brand is growing. When we actually own the brand, it's easier for us to grow even bigger for the brand. And, that's what actually make us decided that moving forward, we're going to be like a house of brand. But of course, we want to only focus in F&B and focusing on halal and healthier a brand. So that's how it is, basically, Bale.
That's so cool, Mbak Nita. I mean, when I hear your story, it's all about like perseverance of you, and then how the journey that you are, like you have this kind of journey to, trying to um creating this thing that you really in love because of like those kind of moments that you think that, yeah, I don't regret it at all, right? When you are deciding to move to back to Indonesia from Singapore, and then all of your friends told you and ask you why, like you should like just stay in Singapore, and then you are trying to build this. I mean, it's such a beautiful story. And you mentioned that about the brand Kaya.id, Nita. Can you tell us more about what is the company's vision and mission of the company itself? Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can go to the next slide. So basically, our visions and missions, boleh next lagi? Our vision and mission is we want to be the leading. This is, people say that if you have dreams, you have to reach it high, right? So this is how what we want to be. We want to be the leading global FMCG brand powerhouse. That is, the brand is coming from SMEs in Indonesia, so then we can just grow, because I have an experience to handle like Asia Pacific a market, so I can see where the potentials of the brand. But of course, we need to grow first in Indonesia. Our mission is to grow business into global brand. Our mission is not to grow business into big brand, but it's global brand, because the business can be big if you have a strong brands, right? That's what happened. I think Indonesia now, there's a lot of example as well. We already have like strong brand, like the big company like Indomie, or the Tuku or Kopi Kenangan, or Foray or stuff like that, you grow as a global brand that is actually which is it's exciting for in my opinion. Our aspiration is to create easy and accessible halal choice for everyone. People ask me like, why you're talking about halal? You're not even using hijab, right? The thing is, when we're talking about healthy, people will ask you like, what is your healthy standard? But when I'm talking about halal, it's already healthy and there is a standard. So that's where we're coming from. That's why we're actually talking about halal. It's not about religion. It's about the healthy standard that we want to achieve for our products, right? Because halal will also telling you on how to taking care of the animals when you actually slaughter them, how to take it, like everything that you want to be healthy, it's actually there is the standard. So it's easier for us to get that kind of standard when we say halal. So our reasons to believe is always about cultivating greatness together. So it's including you. We want you guys, when you are invest with us, you also going to get your greatness. It's not just about the money. It's about giving back to the community. It's about helping others to actually grow. And also, you can help us beyond money. You can help with publication. If you have a connection to the go-to market, or you have connection with everything, it's something that I think it's important. So, Kaya.id for us is not just a company name, it's a promise of richness in the life that we touch. We were talking about Kaya.id is mean Kaya Indonesia. It's not just about riches for us, it's about the bring the richness in every life that we touch. So we are strive to bring the richness our consumers, our business partners, with you guys, and then the future generations. Hopefully, if we create the healthier products, then our future generations can be healthier. And when we are healthy, we can do anything in the world, right? I mean, I learned that I lost my mom because of stage 4 cancer. We lost a lot of people because of the pandemic, and that's what make us inspired to actually do this. We need to create products that is at least healthier for the people, for the consumers, right?
That's so cool. That's why like I saw like Jamune and also Ohanami. It's like specifically for children. Like, and when you talk about Ohanami, and you said that it's a brand that is combined by two brands purposely,
Yeah,
like from two companies, right? And
yeah,
then Ohanami is specifically targeting children, right? Can
yeah.
you tell us what is the story behind it, Mbak Nita?
Yeah, so when SMEs is in our incubator, usually tuh kita acak-acak ya in bahasa Indonesia. We will like to see the potential because our mission is to make it global brand, right? When there is a meat telur like egg noodles SMEs, if you're not going to the next level, you're just going to be that, and it's not going to be reaching a lot of people.
Mhm.
And we're also looking at the consumers, because at the end of
Mhm.
the day we want to serve our consumers.
Yes.
You know how children and parents fight every single day
Yeah.
because of what? The children want to eat instant noodles, the parents say no, no, it's not healthy, right? So then why don't we create a healthy instant noodle for kids? And we use spirulina, where other healthy noodles is using spinach or bayam.
Mm.
We also have this farmers of spirulina who actually want to be part of our communities. So we were thinking, why don't we combine them to be, new products, creating new products. We create the brand, we create the concept, we create the recipe and stuff like that. And you know what? The Indonesian SMEs is amazing. When you say that, hey, I want to create something like this, can you do it? They actually can, they're able to actually do it, and it's
Mm.
actually delicious and healthy. So then because of that, because we combine two, then we say, you know what, because we combine you two, then we
Mhm.
also want to invest like 51% on this,
Mhm.
as part of as part of our commitment to actually grow the brand. So I think that is important, and how we connect SMEs with the needs that the consumers needs. I think there is a lot of SMEs who actually create their products based on what is happening now,
Mm. Mhm.
right? Like, oh yeah, semuanya waktu itu like coffee aren, and everybody is making coffee aren, right? And then like kayak apa namanya, boba, and everybody is
Proven.
creating boba, right?
Mhm.
Croffle, and everybody was creating croffles, right? And you know, I think the what we I mean, I think because my experience in PNG, we always create brand based on the needs that the consumers have. So I
Mhm.
think that's what make us different with others. It's not just about developing SMEs, it's going, but make SMEs go to the next level by
Mhm.
actually creating this. Do you mind to share the part of Ohanami so then everybody can see how is Ohanami actually?
Sure. Oh, Hannah.
Yeah, this one next. So this is I tell you a story why we created Ohanami. Um, or already 100 more than 100 kids love Ohanami, and we are so proud that finally this month we are accepted in Indomaret
Mhm.
Fresh. It's all going to be in the selfing. And mereka not consignment, beli putus from us, and you know it's not easy to actually get into mini mart, especially for SMEs. Go to the next part. Yeah, I think there's this one. We create a lot of you know, things with children, how they love our products. Even we make a campaign what we call Me Anak Sultan. You know, if it's not about expensive, but it's actually if you are Anak Sultan and you need to eat healthier food. We reach more than 4 million people. And our engagement rate in TikTok is actually 226% bigger than other FNBs, you know, in TikTok. If you go to the next one, affiliated, and the next, this is where we are now. Kita sudah tersedia di 100, now is 139 store plus 420 stores of Indomart Fresh. Okay,
Oh.
nextnya. Ya, basically itu Ohana. So if you look at, balik lagi ke depan boleh. If you look at the packaging yang yang Ohanami tadi, balik. Yeah. If you look at the packaging, right? We create the packaging from scratch. We see how the consumer, you know, anak-anak ini will like it. And even like we start with mie goreng because that is the highest, right? And then like mie ayam bawang because we also learn how the taste of the children, right? Orang tua boleh makan if you wanna clean eating. The proof that we are healthy is kalau if you actually boil the meat, tetap clean.
Mhm.
The water is clean. It's
Mhm.
not kuning or you know darken or stuff like that. It's still very clean.
Oh, cool. That's so cool, Marita. I actually like it's so like it like your explanation touched my heart because like when you say it's not just about the belief of halal food trying to make it global. It's not just about like how it's halal, how it's like relate to one religion. It's more about like eating healthy from like from end to end. You think about it, right? And what's beautiful that I heard from your story is actually like you're trying to, it's not just like an aggregator. You are trying to create like this kind of innovative ecosystem inside of the your brand, trying to connect like one people to another, one brand to another, like this metalor, and then you trying to marry it with this spirulina farmers and then trying to create one product that is really reaching out the audience, which is kids around Indonesia. When you said that, okay, we know the issue was kids fighting with their children because of like they want to eat instant noodles, but you came up with this innovation where you're creating one product where you know you don't have to argue anymore because you could eat some delicious noodles without like trying to think about like the health issues or whatever. And I think like what's inspired me is like how Kaya.id actually help into the innovation itself, trying to help to reach the product to mini market and then everything that you have said previously. And that's so that comes into my next question is actually from your background. Like we know that you are working with PNG back then, and then the thinking that you might need, we want to hear more from you because of like you have said it like multiple times before, how working at PNG actually like helps you to build this brand.
Yeah, I think the most important thing that I learned from BNG is that consumers first.
Mm,
Yeah, so then I think that is the reason why we able to create product that is connect with the consumers and the needs with the consumers, and hopefully it's not just about the trend at the moment, but
mhm,
it's something that they love moving forward, until the rest of, their life, something like that. So understanding the consumers, what is the need of the consumers, and how we can give the best products to the consumers that is competitive, also with what happened in the market, right? uh this is this is come to our it's the story for another brand that we have, which is Jamuni, which is it's born during pandemic, because at that time we don't have any cure, right? And it was very, very difficult for us to actually get medicines. And we know that everybody's suddenly looking for jamu, right? But then, oh my God, it's unbearable to actually drink jamu, and you don't even know which one is actually really healthy. When you
mm,
actually go to the e-commerce and then trying to buy jamu, it's like that. And then so we create this kind of concept, what we call jamu on the rock, where you can drink jamu still healthy, but it's actually refreshing and then delicious and colorful in the same time. Because this is the only way that we can touch the youngsters to come back to jamu. There is no way the youngsters will drink the same jamu like we used to be, right? So we have these ideas, but we don't know how to create jamu, right? So what we do is we are trying to find the SMEs and we explain it to them, our concept. They say, no, 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 there is no such thing like that. Okay. And then we go even to the big company, famous company, jamu that they also say, no, no, jamu is not like that. So then finally, because we know there is needs of this during pandemic, me and my partner was saying that why don't we just create it ourselves? So what we're doing is we send our team to actually learn jamu in Solo to ibu-ibu expert jamu. And we learn a lot about jamu and we fallen in love with it. That Indonesia has amazing, amazing recipe of jamu. You guys know that jamu, if you steer to the right and to the left, the taste is different. If you steer the jamu to the left, it will be more bitter than when you're actually steer the jamu to the right. There is a lot of philosophy on that. So then that's why we actually create Jamune. We want the youngsters to come back to the roots. And if we want to talking about global brand, Indonesia is the only country who has jamu recipe, herbal drinks recipe. And we were surprised that actually this jamu is very, very loved also by international. We are so grateful. If you go to the next one. Um, and we are focusing not like if you know what jamu, right? If you're familiar with jamu, beras kencur, stuff like we don't do that. We create like the name that is exciting, the color, and also we talk about directly what is the purpose of this jamu. Like moon dance, itu for PMS when you were actually having menstruations, woman. The name, my team was actually creating the name. They say, yeah, but so then if you have a menstruation, you still can do dancing during datang bulan. Toskasan, it's for cholesterol. This is the actually our consumer is asking us, can you create something for cholesterol? And then we have what we call purple magic. This is booming during pandemic because it's for cough. And the left one is, we call it sangria alur. It's for slimming. And we have also what we call sapan sunset. That is actually for insomnia. If you having insomnia, guys, try our sapan sunset, okay? You drink it and 30 minutes after that, you're gonna go sleep very well. Okay, if you go to the next level, but the next one, Vale, sorry. You go to the
I
next
think I
one.
need that one, Banita.
Yeah, so this is all the colors that we have for our drinks, and it's delicious. Go to the next one. We just have innovations. We create what we call jamu smoothies. Okay, but this is we only selling it in our stores, the Kemang Village. But you can also buy it online, like from ride hailing from Kemang Village. Next, yeah. Yeah, so we were grateful in 2022. We become the official drink of G20. This is where it's actually blow our mind on how the international people is very open with this jamu. That is why we are exploring to do export into Japan. We already signed a contract with the buyers, and we were actually already talk with Costco in the US, but we going to sell it in sachet, not like this. But we going to relook at it. We're going to have a meeting again in with the buyers because of the tariff, US tariff and stuff like that. But I think this is actually really, our dreams is to create like a Starbucks of Indonesia, but it's actually herbal drinks of Indonesia, because we don't no other market in the world has this recipe. Do you know that we have 10,000 recipe of jamu? More than 10,000 recipe of jamu. You say what is the penyakitnya apa gitu, the disease, we have it. It's amazing. And I think we are the only people who can actually bring, jamu to a global stage. Yeah.
That's so
Ale,
cool,
sorry.
Nita. And also like what you mentioned previously, like the mission is actually trying to make like your brands to be global. It's actually like reflects on this, right? And then you're trying to help this brand to achieve like step by step towards the innovation of the product that your team also like research it on it, and also trying to find like ways to market it globally, and keep it locally rooted from the product itself. And also, can you share to us a bit more about, like, we talk about Ohanami, we talk about Jamune. Is there like anything that maybe from the rest of the brand that you want to share, Manita?
Yeah, at the moment, actually, we're just focusing on this to actually grow it in bigger.
Mhm,
I think these two, one is actually beverages and one is actually food. It's something that we want to focus at the moment.
mhm,
For our Kaya.id. Um we also have Kaya Jajanan, right?
mhm,
In if you go down, we have a space in Pasar Moy. So this is a funny stories. Not funny. It was like mind-blowing stories. So in 2020, 2020, 2020 during pandemic, we get call from the CEO of Asri. They were saying that, hey, you know what? We actually have a space in Pasar Moy, as Pasar Moy. We want that space, it's called Pasar Moy in basement. Uh, we want that space to be SMEs, space. But we've been working with a lot of people. It's never working very well. We want you to actually be there. I said, hey, you know what? But we don't have money to actually pay the rent. So no, no, no. Just do a sharing revenue. Okay. When we went there, it was like in the horror movies that Arifin is actually a play there, like dark. Like there is, like, oh my god, like, because they just opened after the pandemic, right? And my team was like, "Mbak, are you sure we want to do this?" I was like, "Yeah, just create the concept. We have like, so we create this 40 stall that we do accurations, we do we fix them how to do it better and stuff like that. And it was actually surprising. It's become one of the most profitable floor of Pasar Moy. and we still there until now because they asked us to actually continue. And then because of this as well, then Grand Lucky is now there. There's a lot of other also is, opening stores around us and stuff like that. But I think and what is actually, touch our heart is that many of these SMEs used to be only before with us in 1 month, they only have a revenue omset of 10 juta, 10 million US, 10 million rupiah, right? When we join us, now it's become 90 million per month. And because, with us now, they have 4 other stalls outside of the Kaya Jajanan. I think that's what, Bale, when you were saying that, Manita, you don't have regrets. When you are an entrepreneur, there is moment of weakness, right? Sometimes you are thinking like, oh my God, what the hell am I doing this? But, meeting with the SMEs and looking at our brand is actually something that always keep me going,
Mhm.
always make me wake up in the morning and continue to do what we're doing, despite the toughness that we face every day.
It's like the fuel of your life, right, Nita? Trying to,
Yes.
I have to wake up like this morning because like, I have like exciting stuffs to do. And then when you say that, it makes Moi like on that particular floor is actually like open up and it's really crowded right now because of your effort. And it's beautiful because of like how your intention was not that at first, right? And then it comes into like this dominoes effect trying to affect other businesses too. And I think it's like really beautiful, and I'm so I could say like I'm so proud of you, Banita,
Thank
because
you.
of like that. And because now you are here, right? And this session, business introduction session, we have heard like about all of your stories and on all of these brands, Ohanami, Jamune, and Kaya Jajanan. I think like it comes to the final question, Vanita, because like you
Okay.
are here right now, and can you tell us, because we heard that you want to see and want to search for working capital loan. Can
Yeah.
you tell us about what is it, or what do you want to see and search within our angel investors here, and why you need it like right now, like this specific time? Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yes, of course. So guys, I mean, they call it angel investors is for reasons, right? Because I think you guys are an angel. It's hard for SMEs to get funding because we only rely to the bank. And we were talking about the bank, it's always about collateral, right? And it's really tough also for SMEs. So I'm glad to be here. I hope that you inspired with the story and would like to join us as well. um some of the thing that we need for the working capital is that we would like to open another stores of Jamune, because we are in the point where the mall is actually offer us an opportunities. Like MKG has been begging us to actually open it in MKG, and the Plaza Nusantara and Sabrini is also actually, asking us to open open it in their stores, right? That is something, the opportunity. And I also mentioned that we just get into Indomaret Fresh for 120 stores. That a lot of stores, because before that we only in 118 stores, right? It's 3 times now that we need to actually supply our Ohanami. And it's not consignment. They actually beli putus, and we're going to be displayed next to Indomie, next to others big brand, and we are very proud of it. I think that is where actually we need more working capitals to actually fulfill this demand that we need. And hopefully you guys is inspired enough to actually help us on this journey, so then we can go to the next level for our brand. Yeah.
That's so cool, Nita. I think that concludes of our discussion, and we want to open up for questions from angel investors. If you have anything that you want to ask to Nita, you could raise your hand. Okay, let's see. Okay.
No questions?
I
I hope
think
no question is a good thing, yeah?
I think yeah, I think everyone's clear. And yeah, okay. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, sorry. I lost short connection at the end. Did you show the financials also and the condition for the
Sorry,
loan?
Chris. We couldn't hear you really clearly. I think your voice is quite far. Could you
Let
maybe
me see.
your microphone?
Yeah, let me.
He's asking for the financials.
The
Oh,
financials, Bale.
ah, the financial?
Yes,
Oh,
he wants to see the numbers. Are there any numbers to show?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that will be the next one, right? The next, I think
Some
we
slides.
share the data to you or something like that. Or do you want to discuss it here, Bale?
No, no, it's okay. I think we can do it separately also.
Yeah, Chris. I
Also
think
in the presentation you
we,
had financial highlights, so I thought you're gonna show it, but it's okay. We can talk it separately. It's okay.
yeah, sorry because yeah, I think I wasn't briefed that we going to give the financials right now. So, but
No, it's
I think
okay.
the next
No
part
need.
is we can
No need.
share with you the financials, of course.
We can do also separately in a separate session. It's okay.
Yes. Yeah. But I think if you want some highlights, I can give you highlights. For examples, Kaya Jajanan, the omset, the revenue, every month it's around 700 sampai 1 miliar per bulan. That's Kaya Jajanan. Jamune is around Jamune it's a month right now. It's around 500 jutaan with the B2B because we are already in Langham. Guys, if you go to Langham and you are actually doing breakfast and there is jamu there, it's our jamu. Okay. Ohanami now it's around 600 to 700 per month. 500 juta sampai 600 juta per month. Gitu.
What is the margin roughly?
Sorry, Chris, I cannot
The
hear
margin?
clearly. Our
The
margin. Yeah, our margin is usually our COGS is around 30 to 40%.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I thought you had different. There was different supermarkets, right, and different values. So what the total? You, if I add them up, it was quite a lot. Yeah. How much working
Yeah, because
capital?
it's the thing, right? That's why when you were saying that our margin, I cannot give you directly because every like B2B and then direct to consumers will be different margin, right? That's why I'm telling you our COGS, you know, because
Yeah.
for examples, for the stores, we need to give around 20 to 30% based on different stores. So then that's mean our margin is only become like 30%, right? But when we sell to direct to the consumers, then our margin is 60%.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris, that's the reason why I give you the COGS as the margin
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the margin is very different for channel.
But what's the total working capital you're looking for?
Wow. Well, ini boleh ngomong the real needs-nya atau
Yeah, I mean,
uh
I would be also worried you're taking too much loan. I mean that.
no, I think for us it's not about because like for examples, right? All of our sales in the B2B or supermarket is not consignment. Basically beli putus, right? So what it means is actually we just need the capital to actually start something. um if you were asking how much we actually need around from 500 to 500 juta sampai 2 miliar. That's what we need for the 2 brands. Okay. Then, and I think we can actually repay you guys in 12 months. We worked with Mariko before, and I think Mariko is very happy with us. At that time, even when we were done with them, they were actually over us for another loan, but because at that time we don't need it, so we say no, we don't need it at that time. But now, because we see a lot of opportunity, like in the Martres, we just get in, and then also like the two malls actually asked us to be part of them. That's why the reasons why we're actually interested to talk in this session.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris, for the questions. And Jason, thank you so much as well, saying that you were interested. I think we can, we will share it to the Angel Studios, the calculations.
Yeah. We will send it to you guys too. And yeah. If you have any questions, angels, feel free to raise your hand and yeah, ask the question directly.
Okay.
All right. So maybe let's wait a minute before maybe trying to immerse the story that you have shared to us. And yeah, we will share the further details to all of you guys, angels, within the emails or like the communication after this.
Yeah, if you have questions after this session, feel free to actually contact the Angel Studios, and then they can actually send it to me to answer the questions. I hope that you were exciting with what we have, and then you would like to be part of us by investing in us. And first of all, thank you so much for being in this session, because it's a commitment, right? And
Yeah, so Aparna has a question. So yeah.
okay, yes, we can give you the compositions, because we already have from the PRT, and then we are in the process of BPOM, and then also the lab and everything. We can actually share it with you, Aparna. You're most welcome.
Hey, that's so cool. All right. If you angels have any questions, maybe you could raise your hand or yeah, type into the comment section.
Yeah, the jamu powder, we're going to be focusing now for export, actually, Krish. So, I think we want to reapply what Coca-Cola did. If you actually sending bottles around the world, that's going to be cost a lot of money, and also like it's also expensive, and the expiry date will be very small. So what we're going to do, like for examples now in Japan, what we actually exploring is that we send it powder to them, and then they actually going to sell it in powder, and also we exploring to create the ready to drinks from that powder in the factory in Japan, with our partners. So that's where we are exploring at the moment with them. The brand still will be Jamune, because I think that's what make them interesting. We also create a few other variants for Japan. For example, Japan is asking for tipsy cure. So we create a tipsy cure powders for Japan, and also obat kuat for Japan, what we call it Usain bomb. So yeah, sometimes when we enter the market, we also look at the potentials and what is the consumer's need there, and we create a different products like in Indonesia. Sorry, there is a question. I was curious, this right or left steering, how does that matters? Any science behind it? Yes, there is science behind it, because like when you steer on the right, it's actually like the clock, and that's where the molecules going to be create tighter, rather than you were actually on the left. It's actually working like gravity. Apa grati apa? Itu yang kalau jatuh apa?
Gravity, yeah.
Gravity. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Apana. Like gravity. The right or left, when you actually steer it on the right, the molecule is more blending, rather than when you were actually going. Yes, correct. Magnetic pole effect. Thank you so much, Aparna. Something like that. There is a lot of others things that it's actually blow our mind when we learn about, jamu. Even we just find out that jamu, when you drink it cold and hot is actually the same thing. It doesn't give you a different effect for your health. It's just the choice that you want it. Like for examples, right? This is a fact, you guys. Please buy our Purple Magic. You drink it cold, but the moment you drink it, your body suddenly become very warm. You drink Purple Magic with ice cube, you drink it, yeah, and then when it's go into your throat and your body, you going to feel warm all of your body. That's why we call it Purple Magic. So that is the beauty of herbs. So we learn so much about this.
Through innovation and also to research also, yeah, Nita, for your, that's so cool.
Yeah.
All right. If there is no, okay. Yeah, from Jason, and there is in particular that you are concerned about, Manita?
Yes. We actually want to do this, like we sell it in more outlets. That's why we are actually now fundraising for a bigger one, Jason. We also talk to do collaborations with a company who actually already have a jamu factory to actually expand this, because I think we are ready now to go to the next level. But I think maybe it's not in the Angel Studios, but if you're interested and you want to talk to us further, we even have the calculation of the valuations already. So yeah, so we're not like startup, we just actually looking at it, and we already have a few potentials partnership that it's easy for us to actually grow. But then again, yes, it's actually the risk is actually to make sure that we can mass produce it well, but still giving the purpose of the health. But we already have a partner as well, that willing to do it together with us, like a Maklun company. I don't know if you're familiar with Haldin. We actually already signed a contract with them. But the thing is, their MOQ has to be 3 miliar. That is to create a sachet. And we actually, like, for example, Hypermart, all of that store is actually willing to actually take that powder as well, not just export. Thank you, Chris. If you're interested as well, just, talk to Angel Studios. If you actually interested with, bigger than just angeling, please talk to them as well, because I think, it's not about angeling as well. We already have, like what I mentioned to you, we already have the valuations. We actively talking with a few partners that has the same passion with us. We're not talking about we're not just talking about venture capitals, but we're actually talking about like business partners as well that is actually can help us to go to the next level, and individuals investor who actually love would like to grow together with us, right? Jamune is 100% us, so it's easier for us to actually make decisions for everything. So please do.
So
Thank
cool.
you, Chris, and thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Chris and Jason, for the questions. So, guys, we're running out of time. Thank you so much, Benita, for your presentation, and also all of the answer was so really beautifully crafted from you. And for Angels, we will share what's coming. And now we have two agenda. We have on the 2nd of May, we have speed dating at 11 Space Demo Day. So if you could attend offline, we are going to conduct the event at Concrete 11 Space from 1 till 8 p.m. Jakarta time. And we also have another peer-to-peer profitable impact investing with Samantha Tejo from Sweet Capital. Uh, sorry. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact our team, Raka and also Jeva. Maybe you have any question about the Angel Studio event, and also for Nita from Kaya.id, and all of the details will be sent to you after this. And we have another pulse. If you could fill it, yeah. So we have the poll right now. If you could answer the poll before we end the session. And once again, thank you so much, Benita, for the time and for the introduction of Kaya.id. We were so grateful to have you today. And for all of you angels, please fill up the form, and see you on the next session.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
Have
Take
a
care.
wonderful
Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care, guys.